Hello and welcome to the Untold Stories podcast with me, your host, Daniel Banda. Today, I'm joined by Patricia Ellis. She's a journalist. She's also a fitness enthusiast and also a mother. Patricia, welcome.
Thank you, Daniel. So nice of you to have me on your podcast.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been good. Busy with work and obviously fitness keeps me busy as well. So
Right.
I'm just a busy bee like that.
All right.
Yes.
Apart from the many things that I've talked about, you've been a mother, fitness enthusiast, and also a journalist. Who's Patricia?
That question, it just throws me off balance. But I guess Patricia is a down-to-earth person.
Right.
Patricia is a very determined human being. Patricia is a God-fearing child. Like you said, I'm a mother, I'm a journalist. I'm just a person that takes life one day at a time. Okay. Yeah. And I'm passionate about what I do,
Right.
which is my job. Anytime, any day, like I can do it in my sleep. I call it my happy place.
Yeah.
Yes, but obviously I'm a mother as well. I have kids who are away from work. I do have, that family aspect, which makes me, Patricia, at the end of the day. Yeah. So pretty much that sums up who Patricia Ellis is.
All right. Perfect. What's one thing that people don't know about you?
Ooh, what's that one thing people don't know about me? Interesting. I bet people don't know that I can't dance.
Okay. But you're into fitness.
Yes, that's the thing, eh? And probably the other thing that people don't know is that I'm a very shy human being.
Wow.
And it shocks a lot of people when they hear that I'm shy because they think if you go on TV and you're able to, speak to an audience, millions of people, when you go on TV, like they expect you to be this person that's not shy. They expect you to be this person that's outgoing, that's outspoken and all that. But to be honest, I'm the opposite of that.
Okay.
I'm a very shy person. I'm not so outgoing. To be honest, if you ask me anytime, any day, I want to be home in my bedroom watching TV or just relaxing or,
Okay.
That's pretty much me compared to a day out there, chilling, hanging out with friends. I would rather be home.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to read something. Thereafter, I am going to ask you a couple of questions.
Oh,
Okay.
my word.
So this is all about you.
Okay.
You were born on the 26th of January in 1976
Oh, my word.
in Luansha.
That long ago.
Yeah, that long ago.
Yes.
Now, I would like to know, how was your upbringing like, being born on the Copper Belt?
So, I was born like pretty much almost 5 decades ago on the Copper Belt, as you rightly put it. Back in the day, when I was, growing up in Luansha was a really nice town.
Right.
It was like the town to be. And probably that's what I knew when I was growing up. So for me, I had a great life there. I had good friends. I had family and stuff like that.
Right.
But for me, it was a normal childhood. It was a normal childhood until a point where my dad died and pretty much everything changed. And I think even the story that you're reading talks about the fact that when my dad died, I stayed on another 2 years in school because the time he died, I was like 7 in grade 7. Then I did 8 and 9 while he had passed away.
Right.
But then things didn't go too well. Obviously, I was just in a state, so I didn't manage to pass, and then I couldn't continue.
Yeah.
So I was like out of school for 8 years, and then I had to take myself back, and then eventually I finished. I got my grade 12 certificate. I did my journalism. Again, I had to do it correspondence. Then I went on and got a job with 5 FM radio. And eventually I heard that they were looking for, announcers at ZNBC.
Yeah.
I took a chance and I was given an opportunity to work there. And I've been there ever since. Then I decided to also upgrade my papers and do my bachelor's degree, which is where I am now. Of course, with plans to do my master's degree. So pretty much when I was young, everything was like, a great life. But then when my dad died, pretty much everything changed. And then I had to go through all these hardships to make sure that I get myself back to school. But here I am.
All right.
Today, when people look at me, they're like, they think I had it all, like everything on a silver platter, but unfortunately not. At some point, I really had to go through some hardships to get to where I am. And I appreciate those hardships because they made me a stronger person. If I didn't have to go through them, who knows, I would not have been the strong person that I am today.
Looking at those hardships, we can talk about you working in the shops. We can talk about you peeling cassava.
You did your research, didn't you?
So I would like to know the Patricia now that people see. A lot of people don't know that at some point you were actually just peeling cassava. How did that shape you to become who you are now?
It did help me a lot because for me, at that time, yes, it felt like, why so many hardships? Why is it so hard? But even as I went through those hardships, the beauty part is that I had this dream that I was envisioning in my head. Yeah. And for me, the dream was so strong that I didn't mind going through what I was going through. Of course, it was a contrast from the kind of life I had when my dad was alive and then he passes on and everything changes. Now I have to work, I have to peel cassava in a factory, I have to work in a shop. I'm no longer going to school because the initial plan was that I go to school, I go to college, university, then I do my journalism, but then plans change. Exactly. But even when they change, in my mind I'm thinking the ultimate goal is that I do finish school. However way I'll finish it, I have to. And then I do my college or uni, then I ultimately become a broadcaster. Because for me, it was nothing else than that. Like, it was not going to be nothing else. I did try acting, but still my mind just kept on telling me, it's broadcasting for you.
Exactly.
That's your goal. So keep going, you will get there. So I had made up my mind ever since I was young that it was going to be broadcasting or nothing.
All right, perfect.
Yes.
Going back, right? You're coming from this family. And then we look at the Zambian setup. A long time ago, people used to be a whole lot of them. And now you'd find that it's just me and my brother, my father, and my mom, just the four of us. But you're coming from a background where I read 13, 9 boys, 4 girls.
Yeah.
And then you talked about the passing of your dad. Yeah. And then from your siblings, 6 of them died. When you look at your spiritual side and God taking away those people from you when you needed them the most, especially your dad, were you challenged spiritually? You say, does God really exist? Does he love me? Because why am I going through this?
So what's interesting is that I guess when I was younger, I can't lie to you, probably the spiritual aspect of it wasn't as strong as it is now. Okay. I think I'm more stronger. I know I'm more stronger now spiritually than I was back in the day when I was younger. Yeah. But I can tell you something, that there was something in me that kept on putting me on, paths that were spiritually inclined, because I would always have this nudging feeling that I have to find a church where I can go to. Okay. Coming from 2 parents that I never saw go to church. I never seen my mom go to church. I never saw my dad go to church. All I know is that my dad was Anglican at some point. But I felt like I had to find my own feet spiritually. So I found myself going to Catholic church. I found myself going to UCZ church. I actually read my first, it was the first time I was actually reading in church, and I read my favorite Bible verse, which is John 3:16, in front of everyone, and I was super excited. I was like, yay, I read my favorite Bible verse, and for me, it felt like I had just done my first broadcast in church. Right. And then I did go to a different number of churches until at some point I settled with African Methodist Episcopal Church. Then I went to New Apostolic Church. And, so for me, even when I was growing up, I was always trying to find where I can settle spiritually. Okay. So I think because of that kind of foundation that I created for myself, and the fact that I was always trying to look for God, like I feel like I was that girl that was after God's heart. Exactly. It kind of kept me grounded. Of course, it hurt when I had to lose people that mattered in my life. But when I look back now, I feel like even though I lost those people, God was there seeing me through all these situations. He was there. I just didn't realize it. And now that I'm older and now that I'm more spiritually grounded, I look back, I'm just like, thank you, God, for having seen me through every situation. I couldn't have done it without him. I couldn't. Even today, whatever I do, it's because of him. So there was always that thing in the background that was telling me, keep seeking God, keep seeking God. And today I'm just in a place that I know that I have God in me. Like, right. Yeah, he's in me. He leads me. He guides me in everything that I do. Right. So when you reach a point where you realize that, God is always with you, you have more peace. Right. I'm more peaceful now. Like, I'm more peaceful. I'm more calm. I'm more collected in everything that I do. Yeah. I may not have been like that when I was younger.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I'm more at peace now. So God always saw me through in every situation that I went through.
That is so profound.
Yeah.
A lot of people out there, were thinking God has just neglected them because of their hardships, because of their loss. And they think, hey, you know what, let me just give up. He doesn't exist. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do, but he's not just showing up for me. At what point did you ever think of giving up?
Never.
Wow.
Even though, like I told you, even though at that point I didn't really know God the way I know him now.
Yeah.
At no point I never thought of giving up. I ever thought of giving up. In my mind, I just knew that this was my dream and it had to come true.
Right.
And of course, God was guiding me all the way. Yep. So at no point was I going to give up. And now that I'm older and now that I'm more grounded spiritually, I realized that it was all about God's timing. Right. Like, no matter what I did, even if I tried to push it, it was not going to happen when I wanted it to happen. It was going to happen when God wanted it to happen. So everything started unfolding according to God's time. Even today, there's certain things that I have prayed for that have not been answered, but I will not get frustrated and give up on God and say, but God, why are you not doing this for me? Because when you understand the word says that anything that God does, he will do it in his timing, not your timing. Yeah. The plans that he has for us are to prosper us and not to harm us, to give us a hope and a future. That's Jeremiah 29:11.
You are quoting scriptures.
I cling on that. Yeah. I cling on that as my guide in everything that I do. And I know that no matter how difficult a situation gets, God will see me through. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's Philippians 4:13.
Let's talk about God working in his time, rather, Let's talk about you now casting the news for the first time. This is what happened. Someone was supposed to cast the news on that day and they didn't show up. Patricia was like, hey, you know what? I can do this. Let me do this. Mm-hmm. What really made you so confident in yourself to say, you know what, I can do this?
Well, what made me confident is that this is a dream I had when I was a kid, like 6. And it's something that I worked hard at. I mean, I had to go through peeling cassava in factories. I had to go through working in shops. I had to do literally odd jobs for me to see myself in school. And then I'm there. I've made it. I'm like, this is my opportunity.
This is it.
This is it. It is divine intervention. Exactly. And God gives me this opportunity on a silver platter. Yeah. Like, there's no way I'm going to miss this opportunity. So the minute I was told, oh, we need a new caster, of course I was nervous and everything because I'd never done it. I just went for it. And that was it. That was it.
For how long were you waiting for that opportunity?
I had waited for a while, trust me. I had waited for a while. I think probably 4 or 5 years of waiting for me to have that opportunity. But again, when you believe that something is meant for you and you believe that God will give it to you in your own timing, I knew that at some point it was going to come.
Yeah.
I didn't know when, but I knew in God's time it was going to come, and it did come and it did come to pass, and here we are. The rest is history. And all glory be to God.
Hallelujah. Waiting is not so hard, but knowing for how long you're going to wait. That's the hardest thing. And
that's the thing. That's not our business. That's not for us to worry.
Yeah.
How long it would take is God's business. That's his place.
Yeah.
Your job is to wait.
Exactly.
Wait, even if it takes 20 years.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people that, I think we have a female president. What country is that? That's Namibia. Yes, we have a female president who's in her 70s.
Yeah.
I mean, look
Been
at how
waiting
long
for-
it took her to be president. I bet in her mind she would have wanted to be president much earlier, maybe in her 40s. But she's in her 70s and she's a president. So with God's timing, you can't question because God himself knows. For you, it will look like a long time. To God, it's just an hour.
For a day, it's like 1,000
What
years.
God wants you to do is to be obedient.
Right.
Obedient and just follow his lead. Because remember, he leads us. He guides us.
Yeah.
So if we follow his lead, if we follow his guide, and just patiently wait and weather all the seasons, because there will be seasons. There will be winter. There will be summer. There will be the rainy season when you feel like, what is going on in my life? Why is it that everything that I touch is not working? But that's the whole idea. You have to go through different seasons for you to appreciate. Because even when God finally gives you what your heart's desire is, you will be able to utilize it properly because you've gone through hardships. Anything that you work hard for, trust me, there's a way that you are able to just utilize it properly and wisely. It's like money. If I gave you 1,000 kwacha today, you'll probably just go and chill with guys and
spend it anyhow.
Waste it. But if you work the whole month and someone gives you same 1,000 kwacha, you make a budget.
Exactly.
So anything that you work hard for, trust me, you will utilize it properly and you will cherish it and appreciate it. And that's just what God wants you to do. He wants you to appreciate it when he gives it to you. So you have to wait. You have to be patient.
Exactly. You've always wanted to be in the media space from the time you were young. And then your backup plan was being an actress. You've experienced these two sides of the world.
Yes, I have.
You've done acting, you're presenting, you're anchoring the menus. What's success to you? Because when people look at you, when I look at you, I'll be like, Patricia is successful. She has done it all.
I think success is being happy and contented.
Right.
Yeah. Because, like, when you ask the question, what is success? And when you rightly put it that I've done it all, I've done presentation, I've done acting, I've done everything.
Yeah.
I could go on years and years and years doing it. But if I'm not contented with myself and who I am as a person, if I'm not happy with who I am as a person, I will probably walk away from all this thinking like, feeling empty.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if your heart is happy, if your heart is contented, your soul is contented, for me, that's what I regard as success.
Right.
Yeah. Like I always say something really interesting. Now I'm a newscaster, but before that I was a producer. So someone once asked me this question. They said, how long have you been a producer? I said, I've pretty much been a producer the whole time I've been at ZNBC. Yeah. Then they're like, wouldn't you want to be promoted? I said, look, for me, that doesn't really matter. Yeah. If I do get promoted, it is well.
It is well.
But if I don't get promoted, it is still well. Right. Because for me, I wouldn't even mind retiring as a producer, but as the best producer ZNBC ever had. Right. Why? Because I would rather focus on getting myself better at doing production than focusing on, when am I going to get a promotion? Because that will make you miserable.
Exactly.
So look, I love producing. So why not become better at it? Why not become good at it? So that even by the time I'm retiring, I've gained so much experience that even the people that you work with are like, we're losing the best producer. Yeah. So for me, if I'm contented, if I'm happy, for me, that's success.
Success. Beautiful. Now, people would ask, how do you balance your time and how do you make sure that everything and everyone who is so important to you get at least a good share of your time? You're working at ZNBC, fitness, and then maybe there's a shoot somewhere because you're acting, there's family. How do you divide your time to make sure that everything is taken care of and everyone is taken care of?
Trust me, if someone tells you that they ever manage to juggle everything in their lives, they're lying. Yeah. But I think what you do is you just manage to fit in what you can fit in on a particular day and fit in the next in a particular day. And life goes on because, not all days are the same. If I'm going to tell you that in one day, I'm going to wake up, go to the gym, go to work, go and do a shoot, come back, have dinner with the kids. Maybe certain days that will happen. Certain days, trust me, it won't happen. There are days when I'm going to come back extremely exhausted. I just want to sleep, but I'll still make up the following day. Maybe I'll say, look, Yesterday I went out the whole day. Let's have breakfast. So you somehow find this balance, but it won't be the same every day. But you still find that balance where you can find time for every activity and every person that matters to you in your life. You have to find it, but it's not something that can happen on a daily basis. If anyone ever told you that they juggle their things so well, they're lying. Sometimes you have to delegate. That's why sometimes we have helpers that will, do certain things so that when you get home, you don't have to worry about certain responsibilities. Then now you can spend time with family. Like imagine if I had to get home and find that I have to clean up the house. Oh, that would be disastrous. But then other things are taken care of. So when you get home, you have time to, spend time with family. So somehow you find the balance, but it's never easy.
Yeah, it's never easy.
Yeah.
Growing up, you're looking forward to this one person who used to inspire you, who is female, by the way, and it was Danny Doe, because you talked about someone looking forward to working for CNN and also BBC. Do we see Patricia going there?
Okay. So when I was younger, it was a dream of mine. But now that I'm older, I'm just thinking, if that opportunity does come, why not?
Yeah.
But if it doesn't come, I think I am happy with what I've done so far, so good. And besides, now that I'm older, when I think about it, whatever I have to offer CNN, why not offer it back here home?
Right.
Yeah, so I would rather offer it back here home than take it out there. I know the idea of being international is exciting.
Yeah.
We all want to be international, but I would rather offer whatever I have in me to my country. And I think for me, that's what you call patriotism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Are you mentoring people? Do you have people under your wings who are in the media space? Because you've been in media space for a long time.
Yeah, I do have a couple people that I mentor. I think I'm doing a great job in that area. Yeah, but I do have a couple people that I mentor. I do feel though like I need to mentor a bit more people, especially that I will soon be, going towards my retirement. Right. But I do have a couple people that I mentor, and I'm pretty happy with their progress.
Okay, going towards your retirement. When do you want to retire? Seems like you already have it in mind and you know exactly when you're going to retire.
A couple of years from now, don't worry. Okay. I'm sure it will be public news. It will be all over to say, okay, she's done with the media.
Yeah.
But I still have a couple of years, don't worry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have a couple of years. But it's just that sometimes you also have to start winding down and thinking, okay, obviously I would like to just go out there and try different things that I haven't tried.
Okay, and what are those things? Let's say you're done with media today. What's next for Patricia? We know there's fitness, we know there's
there's
acting.
something that they say about a girl not revealing what her next move is. This is me not revealing what my next move would be if I'm done with media. But it's something that you would find out eventually in the long run.
You can give me a hint. I'll be able to guess.
Nah. You'll find out when the time is right.
Okay. Now
it's still related to media though.
Okay. Maybe your own media company?
Who knows?
Right, perfect. To someone out there, who is thinking, things are just taking forever to happen for me. And again, to someone who's not just content with what they have, what's your word of encouragement to them?
Wow. So my word of encouragement to someone who feels like whatever they are trying to do is taking forever is keep going. Yeah, keep going. Life does get hard. Life will knock you down. Life will make you feel like, whatever I'm doing is not worth it. But bottom line is that if you keep going,
right,
eventually it will happen. If you sit down and do nothing about it, nothing will happen. You remain seated in one place.
Exactly.
But if you're moving, it's like if you're taking a journey, you're walking, going somewhere.
Yeah.
The more you keep on walking, even if you're tired, the more you keep on just dragging yourself, you eventually reach your destination. But if you decide, let me sit down and do nothing about it, you'll be stuck in that same place and nothing will ever happen. So keep moving, do what you possibly can do.
Yeah.
In my time, when I was going through a hard time, I did odd jobs. Do odd jobs if you can. Don't be picky. Don't say, oh, but I can't do this. I can't work in a shop. Oh, I can't sell at the market. You can if that's the only way that you can get through it.
Right.
Yeah. But eventually you find that if you decide to just be humble about your situation and do what you possibly can within your means, eventually God will make a way for you. He does make a way, especially if he sees that you are putting in the effort.
Right.
Yeah.
To someone who's not content, what's a word for them?
Be content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Just be content.
All right. Patricia, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I am grateful that you accepted to be interviewed by me. Yeah.
Why are you saying I accepted to be interviewed by you? I'm honored that you interviewed me.
That's great. Do you know my name?
Daniel.
All right, perfect. Because right.
Daniel, are you sure, Daniel? Like, you just asked me if I know him, Daniel Banda. You know, one thing I do in my life, like I've got this little philosophy of mine. I make it an effort to know someone's name, regardless of who they are, be it a cleaning person, be it, anyone. Like the first thing I want to do is know your name. So that next time when I see you, I will address you by name. I'll be like, hi, Daniel. I do that even at work. I always greet people by their names. Do you know why I do that? I don't want someone to feel like they are less important.
Exactly.
I want people to feel valued. I want people to feel appreciated. I want people to feel like, oh, wow, she does know my name.
And she cares.
So it's something that I always do. Like, even before we started the interview, I asked for the name. I wanted to know the name. So thank you very much, Daniel, for having me.
All right, you're welcome. I want you to leave one question for our next guest. You don't know the next guest, but just leave one question for them.
Wow, that's a difficult task. One question.
Yeah.
What do you know about me?
Okay. All right, so there you have it. We were joined by Patricia Ellis. This has been the Untold Stories podcast with me, your host, Daniel Banda.